Hello everyone, now we are going to learn about the conversions. So the most important conversion that we are going to learn here is to machine language to decimal, octa or hexa, and then again into decimal, octa and hexa to binary. So this will going to be our bucket type thing that we are going to learn both the ways. So this is our machine code and this is our machine language or machine code, you can say. This is our machine language, and in the between this is our logical language that we as human or operator or programmer or thinker or okay, we use that. You got my point. Okay, so these are the conversions that we need to learn. So before we start these conversions, I would like to address something so that our work will get a little bit easier when we define the things. Okay, so because we have two bits in binary like zeros and ones, and 10 in decimal like we have 0 to 9 as we know, and in octa we have 8 in that we use 0 to 7, and finally in hexadecimal we have 0 to f that we have seen in the last one. Okay, so why I wrote this again? Well, there is a purpose for that. So let's address that purpose that I wish to tell you. So how do you recognize that if I write number 1, because number 1 is coming in the hexa, in the octa, in surely for in decimal, and also in the binary. So which one I have written? How will you know that? Well, to resolve this problem, we are using the notation called the radix, or you can also call it as base number. So we are going to address through this thing to resolve this issue. Like if I mention 1 with 2, 2 represents binary here. So this is our radix number, and now I know that it's binary. Similarly, if we use something like, let's say, 1 5, remember I not said 15 because this is octa. So in octa we call it 1 5 because there are no numbers that are greater than 7 as we see here. Okay, so I think you get the point that this is called as radix number or base number, or you can also call it as index number. Sometimes it's written in the books, so any number. So this will going to decide that which number and which decimal system, octa system, hexadecimal system or binary system we are talking about. So after learning this, we are ready to launch ourselves into learning the next level. So let's begin with this. Well, so first of all, let's learn binary converted to decimal. Well, we are asking the machine to tell us something that what it actually means. So let's see this interesting fact. Well, let's take the questions 0, 1, base 2. And the second question we have is, let's say, 101 base 2. Remember, these are the binary, so we need to convert that into decimal format like 13, 14, 5, 10, the numbers that we are familiar with. Let's take for example 1001002, and finally the fourth one. Let's keep it short so that we can practice and as well as we can learn more things. So 1101, let's take 001. What do you say? Well, it's not written anywhere. I'm just taking randomly numbers. You can take any, it will work for everyone. Okay, so how and in which format we are expecting our answer? Well, this is the answer expectation we do have. with index number 10 because that's the decimal. So what are these numbers? Well, I know you are pondering, so let's make you ponder. Let's make me drawing so that you can enjoy the cartoonistic form that we are going to learn. Okay, so let's begin with a great smile that you can have with me. Okay, so let's begin. So, as we have learned the place value, do you remember the place value? Like if I have to write 37, the number 37, how do we write in the place value? Well, we write 3 multiply 10 to the power 1 because 3 is at tens place plus 7 multiply 10 to the power 0 because it is as ones place. So these are the decimal representation of the place value that we learn in our junior schools and junior classes and all that such things. Well, it's not something fancy, just as with the number of places increases, we increase the tens power. That's it. So that's the whole point we are going to learn here. But here we are having binary and we need to convert the binary into decimal. So we need to use the number which is 2. Hmm, that will going to be interesting, right? Let's solve the first one. Like 0 multiply 2 to the power 1 plus 1 multiply 2 to the power 0. So this 1 is at ones place and this 0 is at tens place. So I just wrote similarly as this one. Just remove 10, replace 10 with the 2. That's it. Okay, so let's solve it. On solving, we get 0 plus 2 to the power 0 is 1. So 1 multiply 1 is 1 and our answer is 1. Well, if you are already familiar with this, you know that 0, 1 is written as 1 in the decimal form. So we have to write it as like this. Now it's complete. Okay, let's try the second one. Well, you can try that and pause the video for a moment and try that for yourself to check your progress and your understanding. Well, let's do that together. 1 multiply 2 to the power 2 because you can write that like 0, 1, 2. So it will give you a little bit convenience when you are starting up. Plus 0 times or 0 multiply 2 to the power 1 plus 1 times 2 to the power 0. Now on solving you get 4 plus 0 plus 1. Remember 2 to the power 0 is 1 and this will get 0 and this will going to be get 2 to the power 2 is 4. 4 multiply 1 is 4. So we get 4 plus 0 plus 1. That means our answer is yes, you are right. It's 5. So we have solved the second one too. Now let's try the third one. Well, I think you have already got the idea, so you can try from this point by yourself too. 0, 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be 4. So let's see how it's gonna work. So it will gonna be 2 to the power 4 multiply 1. I'm accelerating so that you will not get bored up with the calculation part, but I am calculating at the same time so that you can check and verify your answer and can practice more and more. 2 to the power 1 multiply 1 plus 0 multiply 2 to the power 0. And the final answer we have is, I think it's we have 2 here and we have 16 here. 16 plus 2 is 18. So we have the number 18 here. Now the final one, that will going to be starting with 2 to the power 6 multiply 1 plus 2 to the power 5 multiply 1 plus 2 to the power 4 multiply 0 plus 2 to the power 3 multiply 1 plus 2 to the power 2 okay 2 multiply 0 okay 2 to the power 1 is 0 again plus 2 to the power 0 and this is the final one. Now on calculating we get 64 32. This is going to be 64, this is going to 32 zeros, and this is going to be 8 and this is going to be 1. So 64 plus 32 plus 8 plus 1. Remember this one is 8, and now we have in total it will going to be 100 105. Okay, 105 base 10. So that's it for this one, and I think you have learned something amazing. In the next one we are going to learn about how the decimal system in the decimal world is actually working. So keep pondering on this one. Take care and God bless.